Hey guys, so we're gonna go on another sort of game hunt, but do it a little differently today. Instead of going to game stores, I'm going to stop at several different pawn shops in the area, check out the pawn shops, see what they have, maybe a couple other places as well, like flea markets and stuff. So that's the plan for today. See what we can find at some of the more low key places that tend to have used games here and there sporadically, and maybe we'll find some cool stuff. All right, let's go check it out. So I got my little buddy right here with me today, the best guy a person can ever have on an awesome, fun day trip. We're gonna go to a couple stores, right, buddy?
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, we're gonna go to some stores and look for video games
Mm-mm.
after we're done eating lunch. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna go look around and see what we can find. Okay. Most of the pawn stores we're going to be stopping at today are Dick's Pawns. There's several of them in the area, so we'll be going from one to the other and seeing what kind of games I can find and what kind of deals. Right off the bat, we have some good deals. World of Final Fantasy here for only 10 bucks, and then Final Fantasy 15, the deluxe edition, which includes the movie Kingsglaive, and it's in the steel case, which is really nice. I mean, I already have the game and the movie, but that's a good price. Of course, they have Call of Duties, Mortal Kombat's. Just Cause 4 is only 15. Resident Evil 2 for 20 for the PS4. I actually thought about it, but I kept going. Pretty good price though. And Destiny 2 for 20. There's a couple expansions in there. And then they had this Heavy Rain Beyond Two Souls 2-pack. That was a really good deal. I was very close to pulling the trigger on grabbing that. But I was trying to be really cheap today. Although $15 for 2 games was pretty cheap. Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm not big into fighting games at the moment. They had some other stuff like this Old Trail Pursuit, Mech Assault. I mean, $5, pretty good. And then they had Dragon Ball Fighter Z for only $10 for the Xbox One. Again, I was very close to pulling the trigger on it, but I know I'm not going to be playing anytime soon. I'm not really big in the fighting games right at the moment. So, some Borderlands collection. It's Outlast Trinity. I just kept seeing a lot of FIFA, Madden, and stuff like that. I just ignore that stuff. Devil May Cry, the trilogy HD. Every now and then you do find a game for only like $2 or $5. So that was the cool thing about this, This Batman 3, I actually just picked this up on sale, just the other day. It was like $6, I think, so that's cool. Grand Theft Auto 5 for 15. This location had several Wii games, like these Wii Fit games and stuff like that. So I kind of flicked through them just to see. But I don't actually have a Wii, so I wasn't planning on buying any. Just curious to see kind of what they have. But you'll see there's some, $1.99 games in there. All right, at the next location, a couple large selections of Xbox One and PS4 games. I don't know if anything stands out to you guys. I know I'm not showing you the prices on these ones. For these, what I did is I asked the guy to pull them out so I can look at the prices afterwards. And then the same store, they had a section for some of the other games. Like here, there's a whole bunch of DS games, which of course I'm not collecting at the moment, but that's okay. They got some advanced games like the Pokemon Ruby, some Switch games, Splatoon 2 and Skyrim and stuff. A couple DS Sims. Didn't even know Sims was on DS, but Sims is on everything these days. So some controllers. And I actually talked to one of the guys that he said they get all this stuff like that, like controllers and stuff all the time. So this one actually had some SNES games too, which is cool. 64. It's a laser gun. Some more NES, Ninja Gaiden. Kung Fu for $5. Top Gun, that game was tough. It was only $2. And there's Contra. And a couple PS Vita games, which is cool because I rarely see those. Another location, you have some Wii U. Some more DS. Xbox One Bleeding Edge. I don't know what that is, but there's Tarzan. Some PC peripherals, gamer peripherals. Some 64 games. They even had some Atari games, which is actually pretty cool. And then further down we have the PS4. A bunch of different ones. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I grabbed that to take a look at it, but it wasn't priced where I wanted it yet, so. Twisted Metal on the PSP. Actually was finding a pretty good amount of these like DS and stuff, so if you're interested in those, you know, in handhelds, you might find some good stuff there. But yeah, I was mostly looking at Xbox and PS stuff, so here we have some Darksiders, another shelf, a whole bunch of 360 games, Resident Evil 2 Revelations, Army of Two. I know a lot of people get that game. Blue Dragon's actually a lot of fun. I already have it, but it's a lot of fun. In the back they had some more, kind of hard to see, but again, I had him pull a lot of these out for me so I could take a better look at them. But I was trying to show you guys what they had in the cabinet. I wasn't finding too many JRPGs, but that wasn't surprising to me, as most of the games are going to be like shooters and stuff. But you know, that's what's popular, so it makes sense. And one of the other pawn shops, Friendly Pawn. Figure I'll go in there and take a look. They didn't have a huge selection in there, but they did have some goodies, so you know, I looked through them. The guy was very nice there. He actually gave me a deal on one of the games, so that was cool. But yeah, they got some, you know, SNES game, a Nintendo DS, a couple DS games, a couple advanced games. You never know what you're gonna find at these places. It's pretty cool. PS3 and PS2 stacks. Again, I'll show you what we picked up here at the end. So I saw that Jax 2. I didn't look at it, but I probably should have, just out of curiosity what the price was, because I have the first one and I love that one. They had some Bioshocks in here. L.A. Noire. That one I think was priced a little bit higher than I expected or wanted. That was the thing. Some of these pawn shops had really good deals, and some of them the deals were okay, and some of them, you know, the game stores were better. So it was kind of just depending on what it was. And they even have a few more of these Atari games. Oh, I mean, these are the same, but you know, they sell Atari games. That's kind of cool. Well, here we are. We went ahead and did our game hunting. Did get about 8 or so games from various pawn shops. I did stop at one flea market, and there was a guy selling games there, and I've actually got a game there before, but this time there was nothing really worth looking at or grabbing. So I didn't get anything, and I didn't really video it because he kind of was like standing there kind of just looking at me the whole time. It's kind of weird, so I just didn't even grab any video for that. But again, there wasn't really anything worth of note. I did not get any JRPGs today, so that was a little unfortunate, but I did find several really good deals, so I figured I'll just show you guys what I picked up. So the first place we stopped at, I found this. Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. It was only $10, PS4, and it has the first 3 Uncharted games on it, which is awesome because I only had the 4th one for PS4, and I'd always been meaning to one day go ahead and get the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd one, but I just kind of put on the back burner. And so I saw this 3 games, $10. So there you go. The next one was actually at the next pawn shop I went to. I found this game, Call of Duty Infinite War. So I've never played this one, obviously. I do have a few other Call of Duty games. This I picked up for $2. That's pretty much why I picked it up, because I like shooter games and stuff like that, first-person shooters. It's just right now I'm not technically collecting that kind of stuff. but for $2, I could not pass this up. So I figured, I like playing the campaigns, I like playing the zombies, that kind of thing. So if nothing else, I'm gonna get, my money's worth out of this for $2, even if I just play the campaign and a little bit of zombies. So the next pawn shop we went to, I ended up seeing this guy, Little Big Planet 2. Now it says $10. I was looking at it and I was like, maybe, kind of thinking it over. The wife was there with me, and that was the biggest reason, because we have the first one and we actually used to play it together. So that was, that's fun. It's fun to play co-op with somebody, Little Big Planet. And she's not a super big into gaming or being a gamer, but there's games like this where it's kind of the simple style, like the Lego games and stuff, where she'll play those with me. She enjoys that. So, but yeah, so I was looking it over, $10. I was like, maybe, we do have fun with the first one. And while I was looking over, the pawn shop guy was just like, hey, I'll give you that one for $5. And I was like, deal, give it to me. So for $5, we got Little Big Planet 2, and that's a PS3. Then the last pawn shop I stopped at, I actually just ran in really quick because I had wife and son with me, and son was tired. He's only 2.5, so he was tired. He was in the back seat, just wanted to relax. So I told my wife, you stay in here with air conditioning. I'll just run in, see what they got, come back out. Well, happened to be one that had a lot of good deals, so I ended up with a bunch from them. So start off, I got The Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena. So this one I was actually happy to find, and it was only $5, so that's kind of why I got it. The first game that came out, which was the Escape from Butcher Bay on the regular Xbox, I got that back in way back in the day. I wasn't sure when it came out, if it was gonna be a good game or not, only because I'm not a big person who buys a lot of games based on movies and things like that. But I really like Chronicles of Riddick, and Pitch Black and that kind of stuff. Both those movies. So I went ahead and got it, and the game was phenomenal. And I got it cheap, man. I don't even remember. It was probably marked down to $10 or something. This was a long time ago. But I loved that game. It was so fun. It was so cool how it was connected to the movie. Being in Butcher Bay and learning how to, how Riddick got the shine thing done with his eyes and stuff. That was really cool. So anyway, saw this. I've heard about this one, but I haven't really been looking for it. I just figured one day if I find it at a good deal, I might pick it up. Well, I did. So cool thing is I didn't even realize this actually has the remastered version of the Escape from Butcher Bay in this. So it's basically 2 games again for one. So another good deal. The next one, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. This one I know has had kind of mixed reviews. Not a lot of people really love it or anything, but it was $5. I like a lot of horror games, horror survival games, that kind of stuff. I'll probably cover some of those games, on a separate part of the channel in the future. So I saw this $5. I figured I can't go wrong playing it for $5. So then triple pack, Trials HD, Limbo, and Splosion Man. So first thing as I saw this because of Limbo. I know Limbo's had a lot of rave reviews and all that, and this was $2 for all 3 games. I've seen stuff about Trials, several different Trials games. It's more of like a physics kind of game or whatever, which seems like it could be fun. I mean, even if that was $2, I'm sure that's worth it. Splosion Man, I've heard of it, but I don't really know anything about it. I think it's just kind of like a silly platformer kind of game. But Limbo, that's the one that I've heard a lot about, and I was really interested in getting. And again, $2. I got 3 games. I couldn't pass that up. So the next one, this game, when it was first coming out, I mean, I saw it everywhere. I saw posters, commercials. Anytime you stop in like GameStop or something, they have it running on the TVs. All that kind of stuff. Trying to sell pre-sales for it and stuff. Anyways, Rage. Don't know how great it did. It is by Bethesda, and it says from the creators of Doom and Quake. But again, this is Xbox One, and it says it was $2. I got it for $2. So I literally never looked much into it after, seeing all the ads and stuff, which look kind of cool as far as, like the whole wasteland type of thing. But again, $2. I'm sure I'll have some fun with it. And the last one, funny thing is, this one I just saw on a Xbox 360 Hidden Gems review video that I seriously just watched it maybe 2 days ago, and this was on there, and I never even heard of it or seen it before that. The Saboteur, another game I got for $2, Xbox 360. I don't know. I've never played it, but again, it looked cool. A little video they showed, how the YouTube video presented it looked nice. So for $2, again, can pass that up. Now, I got some really good games for real low deals, but there were other games there that were 20 or more that I know I probably could have got at the local game store for less than that. So Pawnshops seem like the prices are all kind of all over the place, but they do have some really good deals. If you might find that one great deal, or in this case a couple different good deals if you check a few different pawn shops. So I do recommend it if you have pawn shops in your area. I really never looked too much into the pawn shops as far as games and stuff until recently, but I figured I'd give it a try. We do have a couple flea markets down here. I haven't really found a whole lot of good luck there in my area, but every once in a while I do go ahead and check, and usually I'll find someone that has a few games or a small section of games, and I'll kind of look through them. But sometimes they're games either already had or wasn't interested in, like sports games and stuff like that. But it's always worth a check. So, but yeah, and in my area, I never had any luck with thrift shops. I don't know about you guys. I see stuff online. People are like, "Oh, I found this awesome, rare, super cool thing at the thrift shop that was signed by the, Miyamoto or something." Like, I don't ever see a single game at my thrift shops, but I think some people do go to thrift shops very frequently, and I very rarely do. And when I do, it's on a weekend, which is probably like the worst time to go because I probably already picked clean. I don't know. So, but yeah, so let me know if there's any of these games that you've played that you like, that you think like, hey, that is the best deal ever, $2 or $5. Or if you're the opposite, if you're like, man, I wouldn't have spent $2 for that one, let me know in the comments below. And as always, peace, love, and cheese.